Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny, and I am a Canadian woman who is traveling the world on the search to find a place that feels like home. Today, I am coming to you all the way from Morocco. I have been in Africa for months now, and I have had many great times since I arrived here in Morocco. But there has also been many trials and tribulations that I've gone through. So today I thought I would start out the channel and tell you the story about how I lost my phone, which I still don't have back yet, and my surprising reaction to having this happen to me. Before we get into the story, I just want to get myself sorted with some tea. I have mastered the art of making Moroccan mint tea, and I definitely need it because, as you can tell, I have a hoarse voice. And that's because I'm recovering from mold poisoning, and that will be my next story. So stay tuned if you want to see what that's all about. Something that's funny is whenever I first got to Morocco, I didn't understand why they poured the tea from high up like this. I always just thought it was for the theatrics of it. Like, look, it's the tea. But I actually found out it's to create the bubbles on the top to mitigate the emotions and the dysregulation that are going to come up for me when I'm reliving the story. I'm going to put on my vagus nerve stimulating device, which is the Nurosym. This device specifically targets the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in your entire body. It basically controls the regulation of your nervous system. The Nurosym helps you to get into the parasympathetic state, which is the rest and digest state. Because I'm a neurodivergent woman, I have a baseline of anxiety all of the time. And this has honestly saved my life. This is not sponsored either. I bought this with my own money to help with my sleep, but it's helped with so much more than that. I got mine in Dubai, so it's called Nurosym. But if you're in North America, it goes by NuroPod. I'll drop a link below where you can get 35 pounds off, which is around $45 US. I want to set the stage for you exactly how my phone got stolen, because this was like a scene out of a movie. And everything that preceded my phone being stolen was like the sequel to the movie. This guy was a professional at what he does. Okay, I'm actually impressed. I was walking on the street after doing some shopping one night. I went out looking for some running shoes, didn't find anything. It was getting pretty late. I was on FaceTime with my friend and I was holding my phone out because we were on video. I was crossing the street when this motorcycle came up from behind me and I thought they were about to hit me. So I stopped to see what was happening. He slows down just enough to take the phone right out of my hand. I'm standing there holding my holder. Like, did that just happen? Oh my God. He could see that I was on a call and just ended the call. So all I heard in my AirPods was whoop, the sound of the call ending. I scream because I wanted to A, draw attention, and B, I just had my phone ripped out of my hands. I start to run after the guy, knowing damn well that I was not going to catch up to him, because at this point I still didn't find any shoes. I was still wearing my freaking Jordans, which are not designed for walking or running. So there was a man on a Harley that saw this. He went to chase after the guy, but as soon as the guy took my phone, he immediately turned to the right. He was weaving through all the traffic and he was just gone. I ran all the way till the end of the street, and that's when I just was seeing everything in black and white. I'm in a foreign country. I don't speak any of the primary languages. I don't really know anybody here, nor do I know where the police station is. I feel like the world is closing in on me, And all of these questions start to swirl in my head. The cost of the phone, I'm spiraling. How am I going to carry on? I was sent into a meltdown, started to cry hysterically, and was just in a very dysregulated state. And I see the guy on the motorcycle that tried to follow and catch up with the other guys. He doesn't really speak English very well, but he's telling me that he tried to catch up with the guy that stole my phone, but he was gone. So I just said, "Shukran, thank you so much." And there's nothing he can do. Really appreciated his effort, honestly. Like, that was very noble of him to even try, and gave me some hope that maybe he was going to find him and he would have my phone when he turned back up. But that was not the case. There was a girl on the street that saw me crying, and she was walking with another young man. She's a Moroccan girl, but she spoke really good English. And she saw me crying and she was like, "Honey, what's happening? Are you okay?" And I told her my phone just got stolen. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Don't worry. The police will find it." The guy that she was with didn't really speak English at all. So she was talking to him in Darija. She said, "Come with me. I'll bring you to the police station. They'll help you find your phone." She seemed trustworthy, and I really didn't have any other options. So I start walking with the two of them, and we go in the direction of where the police station is. He's talking to her in their language, and I, of course, cannot understand what they're saying. And then she says to me, "Actually, you know what? We should go to the other police station because they're better at handling these types of issues. It's in the other direction, but it's a bit far, so I think we need to take the car." And I started to get a little bit skeptical. Is this sad? First, I get my phone stolen, and then I get abducted. Like, maybe this whole thing is planned because she just happened to be there when it all went down. I don't have many other options. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So I jump into the back of this guy's car and we hit the road. We get to the police station to file the report. They wanted me to physically show them where it was stolen. We end up going into a police vehicle and the guy stays behind. I'm chatting with Suki. I'm asking her, "Is that your boyfriend that we were with? How do you know this guy?" And she's like, No. He's not my boyfriend. I don't know him. I just met him tonight. I'm like, "What?" I don't know. She's like, "No, he just approached me on the street. He asked to take me out. I said, we can walk together. And then we saw you, and now I'm with you." This whole time I'm thinking, this is her friend. She knows this guy, and I'm safe with him because I'm safe with her. And she just met the guy not even an hour ago. Thank you, Ayub, for your help. If you ever see this video, thank you so much. We get back to the police station. That's when they realize I don't have my passport with me to do the report. They asked me where I'm staying. And as soon as I told them the area, they all looked at me with disbelief because I was staying in an area called Burgon in Casablanca, which is not a very safe area. It's just not really where foreigners would stay normally. We're on our way to my apartment, and the whole time I'm thinking my friend is probably wondering how they're going to find me now. And I had this feeling, it just came to me, they're going to be at my place when I get there. And sure enough, we pull up to the building. My friend rolls up on their scooter, and I'm like, "I thought you were here." Such a relief to see a familiar face after everything I just went through. So I go inside and I grab my passport as well as my iPad mini that I'm filming on right now. And right away, I checked to see on Find My Phone if I could see where the phone was. Sure enough, I could see it was in Casablanca, about a 15-minute drive away. We go back to the police station. We do the report. We end up getting into the back of another police vehicle. This time it was unmarked. There was 4 police officers, okay? The Morocco police do not mess around. They do not mess around. We drive to the area to see where the phone is. Now, where I'm staying at this moment is an area called Galef, which is the hub for electronics. So we drove around Galef. It was showing we were in an old abandoned part. They're professional. They're not going to keep the phone on them where they know it can be traced. They're going to ditch the phone until another day. This gets into the point of why I'm actually kind of relieved that my phone was stolen. In the moment, of course, I was upset that my phone was taken. And of course, I want to receive the phone back. It's an expensive device and it's a lifeline for me when I'm solo traveling as a female. And in this modern world, you need a phone. But this has been my gripe with the modern world as somebody who is neurodivergent, because the flavor of neurodivergence that I have is something called PDA, pervasive drive for autonomy. It also goes by the name pathological demand avoidance. Anything I have to do, whether I want to do it or I don't want to do it, is perceived to my nervous system as a demand. I really struggle with answering messages on my phone. For me, it's very difficult to stop what I'm doing and have to reply to a message. Even though I want to respond and I love having relationships with people and friendships, it still feels like a demand to my nervous system, which is constantly dysregulated, which is why I am using something like the Nurosym, because it just always feels like I'm tied to a pole in a way. And honestly, since having my phone stolen, I have felt so much relief, especially when I leave the house and I'm not tied to anything. I have no tether. When I'm at home right now or somewhere that has Wi-Fi, I'm still connected to the world. As soon as I leave, I don't have any connection. And it's the most freeing thing I've ever experienced. Like in the 80s, okay, where people just existed. People just lived their lives and they didn't have this constant stress about, do I have messages I need to respond to? Did somebody try to call me? Is there some notification, some email that came in that I should know about? None of these things are mattering anymore to me. Especially being in a place like Morocco where people are not really on their phones. People are living in the real world. It has been so cathartic for me as somebody with PDA because the demands are gone. All right, guys, so that wraps up the story for today. Please go ahead and subscribe if you want to stay tuned to the next video where I explained how my last apartment made me sick. There's going to be a lot more stories coming up from my travels. If you were entertained by this video, you can support me by buying me a coffee with the link below. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day and take care. Bye. If this resonated, you can find more of me wherever you like to live online.